Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. Today, I'm going to be trying to do another sinking team because, while we have managed to get sinking working recently with the power of Rhyme Shank, we really have not had a good chance to get Boatworks Ishmael any proper, runs in this series so far. So that's the plan for today. E.G.O Gift, Thorny Path. After dealing damage with a skill inflict additional sinking and sinking count once per turn. And Lust Absolute Resonance inflicts more sinking on all enemies. So we're going to see just what we can get with that. And of course we've got pretty much the standard sinking inflictions and also Rodion for the sake of Rhyme Shank later on. Although she's not going to be in the initial lineup since Rhyme Shank's really only going to be necessary against bosses and the like. As far as, the plan for people goes. Another one that I really neglected to use last time that's another good sinking gift. Someone pointed out in the comments, but 6 sinking from this, and plus 3 sinking count if you get a crit with Oda Sun Shower. So that's definitely not a bad idea. So we'll do something like that. And we'll see how this goes. Now, was the Thorny Path once per character per turn, or only once per turn? Like, for all characters? I should probably check that. Once per enemy per turn. Okay, I see. That makes sense. But, before I forget, today's question of the day, what's your favorite E.G.O in the game? It's another very simple one, but I feel like it's very fitting for the second one. Personally, my favorite E.G.O has to be Pursuance. It was the one that, immediately caught my eye when we, saw, a little, glimpse of it before the game released, and, a little video of it. Because it just looked so cool, and in the game it was definitely one of the first ones I strived for. And it's got a super good effect, that's for sure. So it's got really good design and is very useful in runs. So that's probably my favorite E.G.O, but leave yours in the comments below. Okay, we stagger these guys a lot. This person's got a bunch of sinking, yeah. Pretty nice. Target is 5 sinking coin power plus 2. Well, that'll get coin power plus 2 then. It's only a... Yeah, it's not going to be that much. It'll just go from a 10 to a 12, assuming she gets a heads, which isn't even guaranteed. Target has 6 with sinking, deals 20% more damage. Well, that'll definitely deal 20% more damage. Alrighty, I don't know if I've ever actually used the Thorny Path E.G.O gift. I kinda, don't know. I would always go for, Midwinter Nightmare for sinking teams. But I'm starting to think this is probably the actual, play. Seems really good for just inflicting a bunch of sinking. That guy's at 18 sinking. Okay, now it's just these two left. Guess, the update's coming out shortly. That'll be nice. More warp units, more W Corp units. That'll be cool. Excuse me. What? Oh no, I have no internet connection right now. Oh no. Why am I not connected to the internet now? Is it gonna not let me... I'm not gonna cut this out because this is funny, but, that's a little strange. Because I've got no internet connection. Give me a minute. Okay, so it seems that my internet just actually, went out. So I've switched to my phone's hotspot. And hopefully that'll be good enough now. There we go. Yeah. That was a little strange. I have no idea why I don't have any internet connection. I suppose I'll have to figure it out. Ooh, this is perversion. Absolutely. Avert our eyes. That's more E.G.O resources, and Ishmael can do a great job here. Only needs 1 of 3, so that's guaranteed. Perversion's nice, especially if we do end up using a bunch of Rhyme Shanks later on. I guess another thing to keep in mind as far as sinking goes is we can get a little bit of sinking with Snag. No, we can't. It's only Tremor. I always think it's sinking, but I know I remember it's Burst Tremor. I remember that, of course. This is 5 sinking, though. That's pretty good, and because of the Mass Tech, it will hit all the opponents. Or not all of them, but a couple of them. Meaning it could trigger Thorny Path on a bunch of people, making it a lot more than just 5 sinking. Honglu's not going to be on the team till the second floor, though. But any way to give us more Yuga resources is absolutely very nice. We definitely don't have the best Rhyme Shank usability with this team. Like, we've got, like, it's decent, that's for sure, but it could be better. Not that it really matters early on. We're just gonna be taking down these enemies, inflicting a bunch of sinking on them. Thanks to the power of the Thorny Path, especially. Nice. I just like to see Heathcliff self-sinking. I wish that E.G.O could trigger, like, for Sinclair's, or for Heathcliff's self-sinking. That would be very silly, but I understand why it doesn't do that, of course, because, well, I mean, it only counts on hit, and he's not exactly hitting himself, is he? He's just inflicting self-sinking. So it really wouldn't make sense. I don't know. Crushing crabs. Oh yeah, her passive's awful, isn't it? It just ruptured. No, I'm thinking of her defensive skill. Yeah, rupture protection. I don't think I've ever used this. Gain 2 rupture protection 6 times per turn. Like, I don't even think I ever noticed the 6 times per turn part before. Who cares? I know it's because the crabs inflict rupture, but like still. Oh wait, look at that! Look at that! Otis gave herself haste finally. That's actually nice to see. It's been a bug that's been in the game for so long, but no one uses E.G.O Otis, so no one knew. What are your passive? Target with tremor inflict sinking count. Well, some of these guys are gonna have tremor, especially if we can get like oscillating bracelets, something like that. We can definitely benefit from the passive a fair bit, especially because it's just Pride owned, so we're definitely set there. Full Bloom helps with mass attacks. We don't really want Yusang to use mass attacks. Rain of Tears, of course, super good for himself. What's your passive? Resonance? Oh yeah, right, it's the fade thing. I remember now. Passive that only matters if he actually succeeds with his evasion stuff. Which means not exactly the best. Okay. Stagger plus. They're all dead this turn, in case you can't tell. And down he goes. Excellent. That's a victory. And what is it? Just another fight now? That was the second fight, right? Yes. Once again, Pierce is kind of what we want if we're trying to make the most of Molar Boatworks Ishmael. But we're not getting lucky there. We certainly aren't. And more N-Corp guys. Facing a lot of N-Corp guys so far, which is fine because we've got like a bit of blunt. Struggling, you'll be fine. A lot of sloth. Do we have anything like we're going to be using a lot of sloth on? Is Otis Sunshower, does it cost sloth? I know it's like primarily gluttony. What does it cost though? Yeah, 2 sloth, 2 gluttony, 1 gloom. Well, we're not doing great on the gluttony side of things, but we've definitely got a little bit of it. So it's not like we're going to get no benefit whatsoever from it. Morale boost. The fact that Otis gives herself this haste from morale boost, I can absolutely admit that it is a bad thing now. It was definitely a bug, but like it was a very beneficial bug. Because the issue is she keeps on giving herself haste now, and because she's giving herself haste, she's the fastest person, so she's only giving the haste to one other person. Now, it doesn't particularly matter here. It's just unfortunate when you actually want haste on other people. But then again, in that situation, like, Otis probably isn't going to be the fastest person if you're going for actual, like, haste build stuff. Flicks sinking. On heads, it'll inflict a total of 9 sinking. That's pretty good. He's probably just going to die, though, so doesn't matter too much. Oh, no, he slightly lived. 20 sinking, though. These guys are just so sad. They're so sorrowful. And who knows why, honestly. It might have something to do with all the sadness I'm inflicting on them physically. All the white damage I'm inflicting. That's like kind of what I've been assuming sinking partially is, but like... I don't know, not exactly. It's definitely like close. Ida, alright. Well, we're gonna make you sad. And you're going to like it. Oh, it's a Ida v Ida clash, and there's no chance you have of winning. Just dodge it then. And actually, don't dodge it so we get the morale boost. No, we don't want the morale boost. Because they'll just give to these two for the speed, which we do not need. We'll do that, yeah. Pierce is neutral, so we're going for a lot of Pierces here. Sinking Deluge with his 1 sinking. 9 sinking with 1 sinking count on that guy. Although he's not going to get hit by anything else, so he's going to just gain the sinking count from being hit by a sinking attack. Okay. Successful evasion on Sinclair's part. Yeah, look at that. This guy's at... Yeah, 12 sinking 3 count. I don't know how I missed that for a second. Cool. You're gonna get rid of all the sinking, but that's fine. Morale boost. Explosive blast, Panada party. Should be good. Hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit of sinking onto Ida. Actually, if I... So this coin 2 inflicts 6 sinking, so if I do something like this, then she's gonna get the 6 sinking, she'll be at 6 sinking 1 count. But in the next turn, because we won't be attacking her with Sinclair, she's gonna gain a little bit additional sinking. So that should be good. Just to make sure that she gets her sanity reduced, so she's gonna get bad rolls on everything. Yeah, 10 sinking 3 count now. She's at high sanity right now, but we can change that. We can change anything. Sinking count next turn, sinking next turn. Yeah, it's so unfortunate that the Yusong sinking is all... Oh, next turn, next turn. Makes those sinking inflictions a little strange, that's for sure. Okay. Winning clashes. There we go, mass attacked. And yeah, there goes all of Ida's sinking, which she's gonna gain more next turn at least. From Yisong's skills and from the actual... Actually, wait a second. Did Thorny Path trigger there? It did, yeah. I was just making sure. I was wondering if it didn't count because sinking was inflicted like next turn instead of this turn, something like that. But no, it seems like it worked perfectly fine. So now we just hit her a bunch. She goes insane. The usual. Yeah. There it is. Negative 40 sanity. One more hit and then she'll be at min. Yep. You've got no chance now. Looking good so far. Ready to crush. That's good. And then explosive blast will almost kill, and then Sinclair finishes it off. There we go. So much sanity damage, so little time. But that's floor 1 down. Hopefully it's gonna give us a funny E.G.O gift. Rupture based on speed. Charge. Everyone is burn, inflict more burn. I'll take the barbed snare just because it's very similar to the thorny path in kind of a lot of ways. Like, oh, you get a lust resonance and you inflict everything on all of them. I'm unlikely to get lust resonance, but that's fine. We'll take the pierce weak fight. Yeah, that's the thing. Honglu's Toshir is their only way of getting a lust. There's no way we're getting a lust resonance in this run. Unless I change up the team a little bit, but then I wouldn't have nearly as good sinking. Because, like, the only sinking unit that's not being used is Reindeer Ishmael, and that's because we're using Molar Boatworks Ishmael instead. Dun, 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 done. Why am I collecting you? I'm not supposed to. Yeah, we've got no Wrath, so literally none of her E.G.Os can be used because they all require Wrath, yeah. If I had a Rose Desire, I think that one doesn't require Wrath, but I might be wrong. It's like Lust and Pride or something. I know Hong loses. Rosade is Lust and Envy. But it doesn't matter, we shouldn't need her E.G.Os. She's just inflicting damage normally, the old-fashioned way. Okay, nice. A lot of heads, but doing decent. This person's staggered. Everyone else is getting lowish on HP. You can do a lot. That's for sure. Yeah, a lot of good pierce attacks come in this turn. Inflict a 1 sinking. Daring today, aren't we? Look at sinking. Jubileo Head Titanista does nothing for us. That's for sure. Okay. Look at that. God, the fact that the first coin of Risky Judgment just straight up inflicts 5 sinking count is so good. It's just a way to get like so much sinking on enemies. It's like it's really the only unit in the game that's actually like consistent for like sinking infliction. Like Yi-Song's really good for like finishing off sinking opponents and like vaguely starting it, but he's not the best for as far as sinking is concerned because of the fact he can't inflict anything this turn. He can only inflict like minor amounts next turn. And your other good sources of sinking are, you know, a Rhyme Shank. That's about it. And a risky encounter, a weak to slash, so it's going to be Kanto 2 goons. We'll see how this goes. Alright. We've got, like, no slash. This is our only slash deck. I think that is literally our only slash deck on the entire team. Long lose secondary. That's fine, though. We've got some blunt attacks, which are decent. We do something like this. There we go. Morale boost for some haste on a couple people. Bloodsteep Sen's going to give Yi-Song a fair bit of tremor, so at turn 3 he can use the mass attack if he ends up needing it. We'll see if he does end up needing it, though. Alright. Fair bit of sinking across the board. And we can do something like this. Yeah. Losing clashes, as he does. Getting too many heads, as he does. I mean, the good thing is turn 3 he will have perfect luck, thanks to our Starlight rewards. So next turn is when Teeth Cliffs are really going to shine, assuming he gets a chance to. Which, he might. He's a little slow, so all the enemies are probably going to be dead by the time it gets around to his turn. Yeah. It's really looking like that. Yeah, so they're mass attacking these guys. Okay, but he'll get a perfect accuracy puddle stomp if you know that enemy lives that long. Or perfect luck. I don't know why I keep on saying perfect accuracy. Okay, as long as this might be good. This might be fine. This guy's alive still. Okay. Hong kills that guy. So actually, Heathcliff does get an attack off. Look at that. He got a tails. How swell. How cool is that? And we get a bunch of cost from that. Possibly an E.G.O gift. Possibly. Wrist guards. Sure. Could make grabbing some random charge stuff possibly worth it. Replace Otis skill. We're absolutely going to give Otis another skill 3, especially because none of this stuff we actually need. Should replace a skill 1 with skill 3? I think so, yeah. Her skill 2 is the one that gains power based on sinking, right? I really wish you could actually check stuff there. Oh no, it's her skill 1 that has the power against sinking. Oh well. That's still fine. Now I know. Their skill 1 and skill 2 are almost identical. They're just such minor differences. And they've got, you know, similar single coin attacks. Alright, these guys now. Let's see. A lot of high speed rolls. A lot of high speed rolls. What can you do? Those 3? Alright. Maybe we should counter one of them. Counter like one of these guys, maybe. What can you resist the attack of decently? Like this one, for example? Yeah, that'll work. And who can you deal with? Oh, no one. You've literally got no ability to clash against anyone this turn, Honglu. Alright. We'll just wait on your move then. You can redirect someone. You can, like, Finata Party. This guy, he's super weak to it. You can focus this guy, he's super weak to it. And then we can just kind of... for like a Blood Steep Scent here, and maybe like a Risky Judgment there, something like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, so now you're just gonna go one-side attack on this guy, who's gonna be hitting Otis for a little bit of damage. She can take it though. She resists it. She resists the pride. Okay. A lot of sinking. Nice. And, oh, you lost that clash. Alright. E.G.O Otis kind of tends to get tails and just lose instantly when she gets tails. Because of the fact she's only got single coin attack. So, you know, a loss is pretty notable. Because she gets a single random tails when she has, like, an otherwise good chance of winning a clash, and she kind of just loses. Oh. It's made up for the fact that she's actually like a 2-star that's pretty decent in the hard mirror dungeon. You're the only person who isn't staggered. Alright. Oh, did not mean to hit that. God. Yeah. I always forget this menu exists. Because you really never need it. It's just good if you actually want to look into like the specifics of stuff, I guess. Alright. You're gonna have a reclash against this guy. This is the guy you just failed against, Otis. You're gonna need to prove your worth. You can do it, though. I believe in you. I guess. Okay, and like that. And we'll possibly kill some of them. Oh yeah, that guy's dead. This guy's very dead. And you should, if you hit this, if you hit a heads, you stagger. You got a tails. You're at max sanity, Otis. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's kind of sad, frankly. Oh well. Just a couple of them left. So we can kind of just clash against all of them. Shrimple is that. Maybe do it like that. Something like that, yeah. And then we just get a couple one-side attacks in on all of them. Just to make sure we finish them off if possible. Ooh. Alright. Finally staggered that guy though. After Otis clashed against him for 3 turns in a row. We've got perfect luck this turn, so things are gonna go well. Okay. Heathcliff gets his counter, his perfect luck counter. And it kills, thanks to the fact that that person, while resistant to Wrath, they're weak to Pierce. Good enough. Now give me a good E.G.O gift, please. Please. Nope. Never lucky. Except for when I am lucky. Blunt and Sloth. This is the calendar. And I always say it's possibly the apple, but I feel like I haven't seen the apple in ages, so I don't know if it actually is possibly the apple. It is indeed possibly the apple. As soon as I doubt myself, that's when it's like, oh no, you were right. Haha. Got him. God. Well, this is fine. We can inflict probably a fair bit of sinking on this guy. What's your best way of sinking infliction? Sinking count next turn? That's good. If for sinking, sure. And then dominating, dominating, dominating. That's all good clashes. We'll go for that though, just to make sure. The main thing here is we're going to inflict a bunch of like sinking next turn from a couple effects. Which means that next turn we can kind of just build it up a little bit. The second phase is where we're probably going to stack a stupid amount of sinking. That's at least my plan. Nice. He's at a nice 18 sanity right now, so he's suffering a little bit. Love to see it. Okay, that's 2 sinking count next turn. And Sinclair's can inflict a little bit of sinking, or not really. Unfortunate. 4 sinking count, yeah. That's fine though, because I mean, we're just killing this guy this turn. Using all sorts of weaker attacks. Making sure we do, well, we only need to do 100 damage and it's staggered, so this is absolutely going to go down. So we can get to the second phase where we're actually going to need to, we're going to try to inflict some sinking there. And we'll see if we succeed. Who knows, really? Who knows? 16 HP almost took him down to 1 HP as well. Not that that would be necessary at all, but funny thing to point out. Alright, let's see. This inflicts a bunch of sinking. Inflicts a bunch of sinking next turn. Although then it'll be out of sinking, I think. So maybe we do something like this on the head. And we're gonna have everyone else just hit the body a little bit. To like a minor bit of damage. Main purpose here is just to set up the head a little bit for next turn. And because next turn, Ishmael is going to be able to inflict a bunch of sinking. That thing's already got 7 sinking with a 1 count. Not bad. I don't think I meant to hit the head with... No, I did. You know, I'm getting mixed up. Yeah, it's the body that's got the 7 sinking with the 1 count. Right. I got confused for a second. I got confused my own plans, which, it happens. And there's some self-sinking for Heathcliff. Just be able to get passive sanity reduction thanks to that. And there we go. Let's see. What's the head looking at now? How much is the head at? 9 sinking, 3 count. Alright. So we do this, and we do this. And we're going to have everyone else attack it, because at that point it's going to have plenty of sinking. Okay, yeah, the last turn was turn 3. I didn't really think about that when I was using all my attacks. Let's see, 18 sinking with a 2 count, but this is going to inflict 5 sinking count. So there we go. 21 sinking, 5 count. Yeah, and take him down. Not bad sinking inflicts to a random boss, that's for sure. Because bosses that early tend to die before you can get decent sinking off, so the fact we were able to get sinking off so fast is pretty nice. Inflicting Tremor, absolutely going to take that so we can get some more Crushing Crabs bonus, aka bonus to Ishmael's passive, which triggers if the target has any Tremor. And we'll top pass something like this, I think. Looks promising, looks ideal, if you will. I will. Yeah, I'm not bothering to do the hard mirror dungeon today, even though I could wait a little bit and then do it, because I'm gonna, you know, do it when the new identities release. I think that's the best way to go about doing it most of the time. Because I'll add a little, it'll give me an idea of what to do for hard mirror dungeon, because I never know, because, like, the issue is, most of the runs I like to go for are, like, kind of throwy, I feel. I say that, I do a lot of, like, actually, like, decent runs, though. But a lot of the funny ideas are very throwy. And I think going for throwy ideas in Mirror Dungeon too hard is not a great move, because, you're gonna lose, you're gonna throw. Which is not great for your health. Okay. Risky judgments, doing decent. There we go. And explosive blast, also doing decent. I don't know why I'm saying things are just doing decent now. I guess it's because they're doing decently. There's all the enemies dead. That's good. They do kind of crumble. I remember when I used to be scared of those guys. I mean, I still am kind of scared of them when I'm doing like a solo run. I don't have a lot of firepower, but you know what I mean. Like, first time going through Kanto 3, getting, like, trolled hard by, like, the E.G.O fights, the fights where it's just 3 waves of Inquisitors, stuff like that. The good old days. Okay. This will be fine. Okay, is he actually gonna lose this clash? Nope. He got 1 after all that and did like a total of 3 damage. Or something. I didn't actually pay attention to the damage number. It's probably like 3 damage though, knowing him. Double ready to crush. It's good, something like that. Focus, he resisted. That's unfortunate, but it's sinking. 14 sinking 2 count of that person. And Panada Party's gonna stagger him. Don't know if that guy's getting attacked again. He probably is, though. Maybe not, actually. Because he was already hit by 2 attacks. So that means his sinking count's going to be preserved. Yeah, 17 sinking, 3 count now. I'm just going to go for something like that. No need to go for the sloth, because morale boost does not help us at all. Because morale boost only works if we're actually going to take more than another turn to beat the fight. But they're all dead here, without a doubt. Okay. And then Bloodsteep Scent to finish him off. There it goes. That's a victory. Yeah, I've got more tales of my friend who's been suffering his way through Lob Corp recently. He's being owned by the Dusk. He got to the point where he needs to do a Dusk for the Malkuth challenge. Excuse me. And he's kind of getting like filtered by the Dusks. He can't manage to figure them out. I'm not really giving him any advice because he once again likes to throw himself at a brick wall, as I like to say. But he's having a little bit of trouble there, which is funny. He's definitely getting through the game very slowly because he's just doing like a day or so, like at a time. It's interesting to see. I don't think he's gotten any A-lefts yet, and he's day 22, I think. Another Otis skill change. Sticking Muck's not bad. Grand Welcome's funny, but not really necessary. We don't need healing. You've got a fair bit of Pierce stuff. Defense level down isn't really... Oh, whoops, didn't mean to hit that. I was gonna give Otis... I'm gonna change his skill 2 into a skill 3 for Otis, because we now realize our skill 2 is the one that I really don't need many of. And Slash Weak or Blunt Weak? Blunt Weak's better for us. Yeah, just funny moments.
좋아. 얼른 끝내고 밥 먹으러 가자고.
먼지나게 패주지. 공격.
Alright, that was a little interesting. The attack was still going on in the background when it was focusing on Heathcliff. Only a little bit, of course, but certainly looked a little strange. You've got 3 of your tertiaries now, right? Yeah, that's a lot. That's pretty good, because assuming she gets the heads, that's 9 sinking. Which is definitely a lot, especially if we get a fair bit of sinking count on the enemies with our other various attacks. Oh. I love when that happens, when someone wins a clash before their attack goes off. It's like, actually, you know what, we're gonna look at this other person first. Because the other person is using a skill 3/E.G.O skill and therefore gets priority, even though they for some reason let the person finish the clash before switching over to them. Panicking, low sanity, all that good stuff. And you really don't have a lot as far as sinking EU gifts go.
파쇄 완료.
Like, sure, we've got the Thorny Path, but that's about it, really. Yeah, we don't have anything else that actually synergizes with our build beyond that.
부숴주마. 파쇄 완료.
Maybe we'll get to this floor, like this shop or something. Or next shop. Because we've already gotten the shop on this floor.
없을 것이오.
Well, they're all dead now, so now we take the boss. I actually wasn't paying attention to what the boss is weak to. It's either Nico, E.G.O, or Morel, though. So there's not a lot of variety. Blunt weak means it's either going to be Morel or E.G.O.
이번 지휘도 부탁드립니다.
Either one should be decent. I think we can definitely get a lot of benefit from Morel, because, you know, low sanity on these guys causes them to act a little silly.
최후의
Yeah.
하나만
Low morale. When low morale for the first time targets units indiscriminately. So if we get them all to low morale, we can kind of get them to kill each other. Which sounds pretty pleasant.
해보기는 할게요.
Okay.
안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Okay. You're the one who's clashing against this guy, and you lost your clash. That's pretty good. Okay. A little bit of sinking on that person.
방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않다는 사람 누구야?
Yeah, let's see. Should pop a Land of Illusion, I think. For the sinking. Yeah. I'm liking that, I think. I think I'm liking that. Something like that. There we go.
해주지.
These guys aren't going to take too much damage from the Land of Illusion. It's mainly just so I can get even more sinking on them, because that's funny. Next floor we'll add Rodion so we can rhyme shank some people if we ever want to. There we go. That person had a lot of sinking and blew up.
시원한 걸.
Okay. Morale's sanity is a lot higher than I'd like it to be, so therefore we should make him sad. A lot of people are going to be sad this turn, though. Yeah, there we go. So we just need to hit them a couple times, and then their sanity is going to be so low that they're not really going to be able to do much of anything.
먼지나게 패주지.
Which is the goal.
피어나라.
Okay.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요.
This attack's always so funny. Just the spinning camera is such a cool effect. I really like it.
유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
Yeah, 10 sinking 4 count on this guy. Oh, crit. Funny.
방금은 전략이
He's panicking now.
밀어붙이자.
Unfortunately, targeting people randomly. Oh, he doesn't even do that. It's only the minions that do that. Murrell's got too much control over himself for that, I suppose.
오작 터뜨려주지.
Cool.
부숴주마.
적확한 한압이었어.
다음은 어디입니까?
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
And victory. Nice. What do we get here? Bleed stuff, poise stuff, burn stuff. We'll take this because of Sinclair, I guess. Sure. It's also really good if I manage to find Nebulizer. And you know I say that every time because it is a possibility every time. There we go, we do it like that.
뭉개버려주지.
Now we've got Rodion, so we can get some potential usage out of Rhyme Shank. Definitely gonna save it for like a boss or something. These guys kinda don't really need a Rhyme Shank. Like that.
먼지나게 패주지.
Looks good enough. Focus is doing wonders. The 9 sinking on this guy. And I don't think that guy's gonna get attacked again, so he's gonna gain his 2 sinking count next turn, so he's gonna be at like 12 sinking, 3 sinking count. So he's definitely going to be sad soon.
꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요.
Like, hopefully we do get some, like, I feel like we definitely have a fair bit of blunts, so something like the blue star, the bluish star you gift could be very nice for us.
머리다. 너무 쉽잖아.
우리가 우세. 서둘러
Lowest
끝내자고.
star, that's its name. I knew the Abner was called Bluish Star, I just couldn't remember the actual E.G.O gift's name. Yeah, that would be super good for us, just straight up more SP damage. Anything that's sinking related or SP damage related is of course super good for us. If we're really lucky, we could always end up getting the actual tier 4 sinking E.G.O gift,
파쇄 완료.
which is like a decent-ish one. I don't know. Nothing too special, that's for sure.
정신 못
'Cause it just increases damage dealt to people that are low on sanity, and that's like about it. It's got another effect, but I forget what it is. It's really underwhelming. Maybe it is good though. Maybe I'm treating it poorly. Sinking's definitely a status effect I've kind of treated poorly. I've always joked about Tremor, but I've honestly always liked Tremor. It just kind of needed a while to get some decent support. Sinking, however, is just kind of strange to me. Don't get me wrong, it's super good, but it just hasn't fully clicked, I guess. Oh, this is more E.G.O resources. Comfort the pink droplet. Yi-sung, you can comfort the pink droplet. Sure. How do I comfort it? He'll figure it out. He's the kind of guy to comfort a droplet. Glimpse of flames, alright. Interesting. Not really what I want right now. And Rodin doesn't really need any skill changes. She didn't have any sinking. She's just kind of along for the ride. We'll take the coins so that we can get some benefits. It'll work really well with Otis, actually. Otis has high speed, so there's a decent chance she's going to be the one who gets to use the coin most of the time. So if we use it with her skill 3, that means her 9 sinking is going to be applied to 2 people. Yeah, that's good. Some neutrals, that should be fine.
돌격합니다.
I'm probably going to lose this clash, yep. Which means he loses more sanity at least, that's good. Focus, there we go, 9 sinking on that guy. And then also 9 sinking on this guy. And just staggering that guy as well, so that Yi-sung just is going to straight up kill him. Yeah, these guys aren't looking too swell. They're not looking too hot.
저희가 이길 것 같아요.
Yep. And we can do something like this. They're weak to the blunt, so that's probably better for us. And there's no need for morale boost. So we'll just go for the strong attacks instead. That killed, so we're not going to get the coin to trigger. Unfortunate.
파쇄 완료.
Yes.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이요.
Darn. I was really hoping... Look at how much sanity Heathcliff gained from that. I was really hoping he'd lose the clash so he'd actually like remain at low sanity, but no luck. Oh! That grass was a little interesting. Kind of being behind everything despite being in the foreground. Alright. Looked very strange. I was confused what was going on for a second there. The boss is the fish. Oh, this buffs mass attacks. That's good. And also buffs gloom attacks. That's good. Mass attacks deal more damage. Gloom mass attacks heal damage based on how much damage they deal. We'll see how well we can do against the fish. Fish is like kind of a sinking guy, or you'd really expect it. One of his egos are kind of sinking things. We don't have either of his egos with us, of course. But that's on Faust and Dawn, who we have not brought. What do we do here? Can you clash against anything? No. Everyone else can clash against at least something, though. So you're just gonna kind of... not a party the body, I guess. I guess we should go our heavy sinking stuff maybe on the body. Can't clash it, though. Alright. That's fine. We don't need to clash it. We can let these attacks go through, I think. So then we just gotta clash everything else. You can clash that. Neutrals are decent. Spread out, you can take a hit, and then focus on... Yeah, you can do it on that one. You're gonna gain another focus next turn, so that's fine. Letting a lot of attacks go through, but we're also inflicting a bunch of gloom on the body. Or a lot of sinking on the body. Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna lose this clash. Really? Really? You won that. Okay, that's fine.
현명한 판단이요.
Please just lose more clashes, sir. Okay, not bad.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
And we've got the sign to inflict even more sinking count on that goon. After these attacks go through, resisted, that's fine. Oh, stagger plus it, god.
먹히는 것 같아요.
유효타 좋아.
Yeah, that's a
이기는 편.
little bit of damage in the body. The gloom weakness really isn't doing great for this thing. He's having a little bit of trouble thanks to that. How much sinking was that again? 10 sinking, 3 count? That's actually not that much. It's not like an insane amount of sinking. You hit that, though. We're gonna clash against all this stuff, because we might as well. What are these two going for? These two? Alright, they can win these clashes, I hope. And then everyone else is just kind of gonna attack randomly with one-sided attacks, because, we're not going to be able to do anything else with the body, because the body is very dead.
휘들어졌구려.
Maybe, actually. It's actually probably not dead. Yeah, we kind of only hit it with a single attack, and that attack isn't really the strongest attack, but it'll be a lot of sinking, and you know the coin might cause it to get hit again, so I don't know. Yeah, there we go. 19 sinking, 2 count, and that hit it again. There we go.
좋아. 도입하게 성공했어.
Yeah, the body has in fact been broken. So my doubts were unfounded after all. You can't win this, Sinclair, please lose. There we go. Yeah, he takes a little bit of damage. That's fine. He's a tank. He's got a lot of HP to spare.
파쇄 완료.
Yeah, that was a very clean fish suppression. You know, I looks like this is a good target for the classic joke. What do you call a fish with no eye? Shh. Because it's got no eyes. Isn't that cool? Deal more damage, take less damage because instead of sinking at the start of the phase. As with Gloom skills, deal even more damage, take less damage. That's the kind of thing we'd like-ish to see. Not really, though. Because we want to build up insane sinking counts. We don't really want to kill things with sinking. We could do something like that. No, there's not really a reason to do something like that. We can just go bottom path after that point. Or we go top path? Then bottom path? Something like that? Boss is fairy gentleman, without a doubt. Could be a good person for sinking. I actually don't know what he feels about Gloom. He might resist Gloom, for all I remember. I don't know, hard to say. If we got one of the Gloom weak ones, that would have been very silly, but that's fine.
도움이 되긴 하려나?
A lot of them are weak to Gloom, thinking about it. A lot of this floor's bosses. Okay, looking good. Could Rhyme Shank here. Honestly, might as well. Might as well, you know? A little bit of sinking in these guys. No need to, like, corrode it or anything. Got a tails, though. That's unfortunate.
그래도
This stack is a lot of damage, so making it more damage would have been silly. 5 sinking on all these guys. And it's going again. So,
그래도 언제나 추월할 수는 없으니까.
yeah, there we go. 2 tails is unfortunate, but she's, like, down to normal. She's down to neutral sanity,
먹히는 것 같아요.
which is certainly funny to see.
너무 쉽잖아.
Hong Lu's losing his clash.
저희가
Taking
이길
even
것
more
같아요.
sinking. They're getting super sad. These guys in the back are very sad, especially. And this guy's gonna get staggered by this. Focus. This one goes twice. Get a bunch of sinking on this guy.
적확한
And,
하나였어.
probably kill someone. It looks like Otis is going for that exact same guy with her second attack. Yep. There we go. He had 26 sinking for like a split second there, I think. Somewhere in that range. It was definitely late, like a high 20s. Which one exactly is hard to tell, because it was only for a very split second because he died immediately after. Ethic of skill, tomorrow's fortune, up with survival. All kind of messed up. We'll play skill 2 with the skill 3, though. I don't like yours. This is skill 2. Oh, wait, that was our final shop. I should have bought everything there. I didn't think that through, did I? Oh well, we take the top path now. We don't need any more cost. Well, we could get more E.G.O gifts. We don't really need more E.G.O gifts, I don't think. Pains me to think after
리피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
and something like that. There we go. Just another normal fight. With a lot of people that are weak to pierce attacks, and therefore going to be suffering a little bit. Okay, nice, you got a stagger at least.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
Okay. One of them's gonna get a tails eventually. There we go. I don't know how he's having such incredible luck.
저들이 추풍과 같이 흔들려 보다 유리하지 않겠어.
먼지나게 패주지.
Okay. 2
2
HP. After that whirlwind. Back comes some scores. Burst Tremor this guy for like the incredibly minor stagger damage it deals.
좋아, 계속 집중하지.
Okay, focus. And then focus. Just to make sure. Double focus. Make sure she's all focused up.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요. 다시 못 살게 구는 일은
There we go.
없을 것이요.
우리가 우세.
Now we've just got to finish these two off, which can be done as easily as just a random assortment of
어쩔
attacks.
수 없지 않냐? 다시 못
Yisong himself is enough to finish them all. There we go.
못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이요.
Dun 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 dun. That's what the song would have gone like if it, you know, continued on instead of ending there. Just so you know. This is Pierce power. That's nice. Ishmael's got this. Yep.
좋아, 잘 됐네.
It's good to see on a run like this. Now we got a risky encounter, but then we'll get an event, fight, and then Fairy Gentleman. Fairy Gentleman himself should be pretty easy to get a bunch of sinking on. Really, most of them are. The bowl can be a little unfortunate to get sinking on if you don't have insane like amounts of sinking, like if you don't have like Rhyme Shank, because of the fact it's only got one body part for most of the time. So unless you want to use a bunch of defensive skills, you're probably gonna like, hit the bowl with a little bit too much attacks and get through all of its sinking before you can build it up. Although once again, that's what defensive skills are for. It's not like you're in any sort of rush. Well, the bull's attacks can be dangerous, especially if mirror doesn't are too hard. But the good thing about the bull is you can absolutely shred the bull with stuff like Rhyme Shank and just sinking in general, because it's well weak to gloom.
저들이 추풍과 같이
But the one body part thing kind of makes it a little harder to do. If that's only if you're like me and you're just trying to get a big number more so than a fast kill. 'Cause if you're going for a fast kill, like you can absolutely kill him super fast. But I just want the high numbers. That's the entire point of whenever I do runs with status effects, is to get a high number.
이 공격은 꽤 먹...
Whether it be a high number on myself, with stuff like poise or charge, or a high number on the enemy with stuff like burn or bleed, or, of course, sinking. 51 HP. She got a little bit of self-healing from the coat, because it's a gloom attack, and all gloom attacks right now have 20% vampire powers.
너도 걸레짝이 되어버렸군.
There we go.
야호.
Just gotta kill this guy.
우리
And Otis finishes them all,
할게요.
bringing up to a nice 23 sinking for a split second,
완벽한 한 방.
before he perishes in a bloody explosion. As everyone goes down in this universe. Just an explosion of blood. Not having to take damage. It's only going to matter for a single fight, but that's cool. This is only going to matter for a single fight, and even then it's barely going to matter. Sinclair, you donate blood. You've got plenty of blood to share.
생각보다 쉬워.
Gracious Hammer. Wow, we're going to gain like 15 additional cost, and we're going to have nothing to spend it on. Because I forgot to spend all my cost in the fight. On the final shop, I mean. I do like how Mirror Dungeon 2 hard me because there's a guaranteed shop right before the final boss, just to make sure you have somewhere to spend it. We're doing like nothing. He's gonna be blunt. Yeah, we'll pop a Rhyme Shank. No, we won't. We gotta save it. We gotta save it. We'll just go for some defensive skills here.
가자.
Should be fine. Don't think we want to take too much damage here. And next turn we'll probably have better odds with our hands. We didn't have too many strong attacks that turn. There we go. She's got her 4 rupture protection. 4?
적들이 흔들.
Oh wait, does it each evade on use gain? Oh, because it gets reused because it's an evade skill. I see, that's why it's 6 times per turn, because that actually could theoretically be used 6 times per turn thanks to it being reused because it's a dodge. Got it.
제대로 찝었군. 완벽한 한 방. 시원한 걸.
Okay. Let's see. Focus, down it goes.
이 공격은 저희가
And we've
이길
just got
것
these ones
같아요.
to deal with now. A lot of them are on the door of death, so should be easy enough to deal with. Yeah, hopeless clash here, so you can just dodge that.
이기는 할게요.
Once again, he's a tank unit. He can dodge. He's got that potential in him, I believe. 23 sinking with a single count on that guy.
다시 못 살게 구는 일은 없을 것이야.
And what is it? These guys do have their own weird stats effect, don't they? Like, they've got random types of, like, panic type things. Because of the fact they're being, like, forced to attack because the robot's been hacked and they don't want to be, like, killed. He dodged almost all of those, that wasn't bad. I think I almost killed his own friend. It would have been funny.
파쇄 완료.
Not quite, though. Yeah, this is a perfect odds turn. That's how I got 4 tails on max sanity. And down the robot goes. Just wanted to look at him for a second to see the 2 damage he was about to take. Why did he take 2 damage? I don't know. Probably status effect or something. I don't know what status effect he would have had that would have triggered there. But sure. But now Fairy Gentleman time. This team should be good.
뭉개버려주지.
If I wanted to, I could have, removed someone from the team in order to give Ishmael, like, a second speed slot. Which, honestly, thinking about it, would have been a pretty good move. But we should be fine without it.
얼른 끝내고 밥 먹으러 가자고.
Okay, let's see. So which part do we want to get a bunch of sinking on? Probably the body. That's the one we're going to use our sinking heavy stuff on. Hit it with, like, a risky judgment, a rhyme shank. Yeah, it's gotta go there. And, we won't blood steep scent it now. We should we sprouting blood it?
불렀는가?
Let's see. I don't know. Oh, I guess we should corrode this. Assuming it hits the right people. Yeah, that'll work. Because that's a bunch of sinking. And that'll be a bunch of sinking. Now we just gotta clash with everyone else. Oh, we should do this, though, as well. Yeah. Yeah. Means we're not going to be able to clash against everything. That's fine. We'll redirect that one, though. This is fine. Heathcliff can take a hit. Sprouting Bud here, yeah. Don't want to hit on the sinking one. We want to save it till next turn. Something like that should be good. Ooh. Ah. Okay, you still won the clash overall. That's good. Risky judgment to get the sinking started.
적확한 한압이었어.
Rhyme Machine Corrosion got the heads. Excellent.
얼어버리면 아플 필요도 없어서.
There we go. Good damage, and then again.
그렇게 하는 거 맞아?
Another heads.
상관없는데?
Absolutely incredible.
얼어버리면
And it's gonna hit both parts again pretty much certainly, I think. Yeah, it did. So there's a little bit of sinking. Just a wee bit, though. Just a small amount. Not too much. Okay, he lost the clash. He's gonna take some damage this turn, that's fine. His passive's triggering, so he's taking half as much damage. Focus for even more sinking. Yep, he's at 36 sinking now.
화만 돋군 것
God.
같은데요.
Yeah, we couldn't clash against this, that's fine. I'm not too worried.
걱정 마시오.
God. Yeah, he's neutral to the gloom as well, so doing pretty good. 40 sinking with an 18 count. Alright. We'll use Sun Shower here. I guess we'll use the... we'll see if the corrosion, the overclock, hits the right target. It's hitting that part, which is the body, so yeah, that'll work for me. We're just gonna Blood Steep Scent, I think. We could, like, go overboard, get even more stuff on him, but I think he's honestly probably just gonna die soon. I don't think he's very long for this world, not gonna lie. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna redirect with that. Alright, we'll see how this goes. Sunshower will go first. To inflict a little more sinking onto this guy before we burst all of it. No crit. Wasn't expecting crit, but that's still pretty good. And you're doing it again. So now you actually theoretically could get a crit. Not really. You don't have any poise potency. You've got a 5% chance still. Yeah. Okay, and there's 50.
부위가 조각났어. 계속해도 돼.
Yep, you're going for an attack. That's fine. She's able to take a hit. Okay, let's see how much damage this deals. That's a couple damage numbers. Alright, that was like 900 damage or something. All in all, there's like a 700 in there, there's like 100 in there, there's like a 70 in there, something like that. You'd like to capture this moment somewhere. Fair enough. That was a lot of damage. Sure did bloom. Yeah, that was a very nice sinking run. I feel like we actually got to see a good usage out of Molar Boatworks Ishmael that time, which is good. It's an interesting unit. It's nothing too special, that's for sure. It's just like a good sinking unit. Oh, we got one of these. Oh, we're only one more thing away from actually reaching another level. That's cool. Let me just, for the sake of the joke, let me just real quick. There we go. Level 63. How cool. How nice. And it was not increased to my... It's every other level that I actually get an increased to my max in Kefalin, I think. How am I doing on experience tickets? That's pretty good. Yeah. Love to see it. Well, enough stalling. Daily extraction time. Gotta be fast about this because I gotta go for class in 8 minutes. I'm great at managing my time. Don't worry. It's a 1-star, and this is a 2-star. That's nice. Who's it for? Sinclair. Alright. Shut up, Gregor. Got him. But yeah, that'll be all for this time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.